Now, welcome to another weekend ramble, where this time the topic is going to be
AI.
AI. You mean that old Steven Spielberg movie that was like really long
No.
with the kid AI and stuff?
No. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Hopefully, people know what I meant too,
Hopefully. We'll see.
but hopefully not because that was a really long. I saw that one in the theater,
I
and
don't
I
even
think
know
it's
if I know
still
what you're
going
talking about.
on.
That's fine.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. But no, yeah, let's talk about AI.
Yeah. The Flash movie has brought up a lot of questions.
Not
A
just
lot
the
of
Flash movie, but
controversy.
Secret Invasion brought up quite a bit of controversy with its opening. Made
Yeah.
by AI, clearly.
Clearly
It
made
had
by.
all the trademarks of AI, the
Right.
weirdness of
I feel like
little glitches in the Matrix, if you will.
I had a lot of, weird thoughts about that Secret Invasion opening.
My thoughts are if they did it to be stylistic and interesting, cool. If they did it to save money and not have to pay their CGI
But they could have had a
artists,
real artist go in and do that. I
they
mean,
didn't. I think I think it was to save money, to be completely honest with you.
but that's sad
Which
because
is
they're big companies and people still need to work.
Well, I mean, it leads to. I mean, we're not going to ramble about this too long, but that does lead to a really big question, doesn't it? Like, how long is it before AI gets good enough to actually?
Take over their job.
Yeah.
For good. We don't need artists anymore. You just input what you want in this text field and boom.
Yeah, a little while
Pops
later,
right
it
out for
pops
you.
right out. Yeah, write the thing for me, animate it, voice act it, do everything.
AI's got you covered apparently.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not impossible to think in the not too distant future that's going to be a reality.
I mean, I like to draw now and again, and it makes me sad a little bit that I can just take my drawing, I put it into the AI, and the AI makes it what I wish it was.
Yeah, we were doing that the other day. You were putting some of your.
Yeah, I mean, some of it I like because, yes, they're in a style that I don't generally draw in, but there's a part of me that's sad that I can't just do it myself, and it eliminates the fact that I want to keep drawing, and I want to keep practicing at it, but how many people get discouraged and go, well, why bother if I can just have this fix up everything for me? I'll give you stick figures, AI fix.
That's the real problem. You're going to kill a whole, a creative industry. Mm-hmm. A lot of creative industries, actually. Because it's not just artists, it's voice acting, it's a lot of things.
A lot of things are going to get taken over by AI, and I don't like to see a company like Marvel supporting that.
I think that's why people were upset.
Yes.
Because it's implied that you were just, you
It's
were using
one,
the AI to save money.
It's one thing to have somebody who's like, I'm doing a fan project at home, and I can't really draw that well, and I don't know people who can draw, so let me just, AI, give me a couple of images here I can use. That's one thing. But having a big company like Marvel saying, yeah, why would we hire somebody? We'll just have a computer do it. Kind of makes you go,
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder how long it is before that computer's doing a lot more. Mm-hmm. And then the computers will complain about not getting breaks and being overworked like their actual CGI artists are.
No, let's move back to what we were supposed to be talking about here. We're talking about the CG cameos are a problem.
Oh, so that's what we're going to...
That's kind of what we're going
to...
to...
It all kind of ties together, right?
It's tying together.
This is actually different because you're talking about, like, dead actors being brought back.
That's a part of it, yes.
Because, yeah, you were going into the Flash movie.
Not even just
Reed,
that,
for example,
but...
or Adam West, or...
We'll tie that in with Rogue One and with the Book of Boba Fett / Mando Season 2. Mark Hamill.
Yeah, which is obviously still alive, so...
He's still alive, but...
But he signed his look away, essentially, so they can
they can have anyone can pretty much stand there and act as Luke, and they'll just CGI right on over his face, and it's weird.
I'll admit there's something very creepy about knowing that the actor is, like... I understand. Well, we'll go to Rogue One, because that was... Mm-hmm. I don't think that was the first, but that feels like that was, like, the biggest.
That's a turning point, and it was a first in Star Wars.
Yeah. So it was a story where you feel like you needed Tarkin, and it didn't look. I mean, I know people really complain about it, but it doesn't look terrible, right? It doesn't look like, oh my god, that looks so bad that I can't even look at it. But it doesn't look really good, and there's just something about knowing that Peter Cushing is
not there,
and you're using his face over someone else's, and I don't know. It's
there's something a little unnerving about it. This just you look at it and you go, that person's not there.
And they've been dead.
They had to
long time.
buy your likeness from your estate to say I want to use this, and they're like, yeah, I guess you could rent out our dad or our grandfather.
Yeah, like
it's weird. I mean, can you imagine if you were a family member of, let's say, Christopher Reeves, and you saw him on the screen and you know he's gone? Would it be a compliment to you, or would it be an abomination?
Well, I'm sure they had to get his permission.
Yes,
right?
but I'm talking about the people who don't get to make the decision but are related.
I don't know. I don't think I would want to see my loved ones on screen like that. Just used
to see that they're used to make money.
Well, not even that.
Because this wasn't a story cameo. This was a cash grab cameo.
I think that's the problem. I think that's why people were upset about the Flash cameos. And spoilers, apologies, but I think people were upset because it didn't really. If they weren't in there, it's not like the movie is any different whatsoever. It wasn't like
they could have used actors who play those characters that are alive in media today. Why didn't they could have asked maybe Dean Cain? Did he want to reprise? He's been Superman.
He's been
They could have asked
the guy in the new Superman and
Lois. I wish I knew his name, but I can't remember it right now. They could have asked him. They could have asked the girl who played the CW Supergirl.
Yeah.
They could have had. I think his name is Grant.
Something like that.
They could have used the CW Flash as an alternate Flash.
I thought he was in there.
I don't remember. Some of those scenes flew by a little too quick, and I don't, I
thought he was supposed to be, or rumored to be. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I'm not a.
But there are actors who played these roles who are alive that you could use rather than cash grab after actors who have passed because of their iconic nature.
You know which one I actually really liked, and it was not even intentional? Not to change the topic too much, but in Man of Steel, it looks like Henry Cavill morphs into Christopher Reeve for a moment. That actually that was just coincidental that he looked like that.
Right, it wasn't intended.
It wasn't intended, but that would have been something like that I would have been more okay with because it was just so subtle. It wasn't like this overt, like I'm just going to stand here and stoically look on for a second. It was...
I'm even mad that they didn't use Henry Cavill in the movie.
Oh, that was...
He's alive. I mean, you guys did him kind of dirty.
Yeah.
But instead you have, a shot of him from behind, which really could just be a CGI
nothing wrong with a shot of him from behind.
His cape's blocking all the good parts, though.
You're right.
It looked more like a cash grab. Throwing Tarkin in there wasn't a cash grab.
No,
he wasn't a feature of the movie. He was in the movie. He's an
important character in the story of the Death Star at that point.
Right.
It makes sense that you used him.
Mm-hmm. Story made sense. It was like, we just have to show a bunch of universes colliding and stuff in the Flash. So let's throw in all these iconic actors. Yeah, they're not with us anymore. We'll pay some money to their estates. And it just felt wrong.
Yeah, because it didn't add anything to the story, I think, is my biggest issue.
Yeah, that
Nicolas
movie...
Cage one was more humorous, at least, because Nicolas Cage is alive, and I think most people know the story about him going to be Superman in Tim Burton's Superman movie.
So, yeah, I was okay with that. But they had to go after the money.
Well, it's not even... It's just...
And then they aren't even making any, so...
Yeah, Flash is bombing pretty hard. I don't know. It's just something feels... It really... I think it's very situational.
It is. You have to know how to balance what you do. Like, Star Wars balanced it very well, throwing in Tarkin and Leia. They were important to the story, and they didn't go over the top at all. They used them sparingly, and effectively. This one just threw them in literally as cameo fest, and it wasn't something you really needed because the story could exist without using them.
Yeah, perfectly
with using
fine.
Other Supermen, perhaps. Or using Superman we don't even know.
Which would have been cooler, yeah.
Yeah, as a comic book nod, you could have used other versions of Superman that exist in the DC extended universe. Same with Batman. Why not use them?
Yeah, and I think with, like Luke, for example, in Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, like Mark Hamill was there and is still alive. So I have no issue with de-aging him. But it's going to be really strange years down the road when Mark Hamill is no longer with us and we see Luke Skywalker, even though Mark is okay with it.
I'd rather see a recast than this.
Yeah.
Like we talked about the mandoverse movie. The fact that this would be a time where you could put Luke, Han, and Leia together again on the big screen in this movie.
Yeah.
I'd be much happier with them recasting. I mean, they already talked about Alden Ehrenreich. We've already heard rumors he's going to be playing Han Solo in it. Donald Glover. He was recast to play young Lando. They didn't CGI us a Lando. We just had a new Lando.
Yeah.
I'm okay with those decisions. And in some respects, I'm much happier they did that rather than let's get an actor and let's face CGI him to other Lando. I'm okay with them using a new actor.
Well, it's going to come the day, and we were kind of talking about it before, where you won't even need actors. It's just going to be the computer just completely digitally making the appearance, the voice, everything about it, which is going to be even creepier, I think.
Right. I'm much happier with a recast rather than doing crazy CGI cameo fest. Because they're not there. You're throwing a CGI cameo. They're not there. It's a cameo for a cameo's sake when there's no... I don't know.
Yeah, I think...
I just feel like it's missing something vital.
Yeah, a point, a purpose.
And they're never going to capture the exact... At least in my opinion, and I'm hoping EA doesn't get that good. They're never going to capture the exact presence that those actors have.
I don't know. I don't know what movies are going to look like 20 years from now.
True.
You know, you talk the long game. You know, we don't know where AI ends or when AI ends us, I suppose, too. But
I don't want to hear that part, but...
Well, I mean, it's... You know, I don't think people... It's the Jurassic Park. It's, you know, the Jeff Goldblum. You know, we were so busy trying to do it, we didn't think about the... You know, I'm botching the quote entirely, but you know what I'm saying. Like, we, you know, so busy if we could, we didn't think about it if we should. There we go.
Yes, that's much better.
And I think that's what the path we're on with AI, just in a lot of different respects, with movies and destroying the art industry. Like, AI, it's going to get to the point where... Why am I going to pay money for an artist to take all this time to do something when I can plug a few keystrokes, I can have something for free?
That's one thing that worries me with the writers on strike is, are they going to be driving studios towards AI?
I mean, I do wonder how good AI will write when it, you know, just how good can it get when writing and everything else?
Yeah, all they have to do is, like, write me a horror movie, here's the type of characters I want in the style of Stephen King. And it'll use its vast internet knowledge, look at all the Stephen King books. It will use his vernacular, it'll use his wording. It'll grammatically be very Stephen King-esque, but eventually it has to get predictable because unless AI can imagine new endings, it'll reuse plot twists and stuff.
Yeah,
and combine what they already know.
Yeah, AI isn't truly thinking right now. Not yet. It's taking everything it knows and basically cranking something out with all of the information it has. So when it can get to the point where it's getting creative, then we got a real problem.
Right. This weekend Ramble kind of depressed me and got me afraid of the future a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's frightening. It is. You know, I'm not trying to scare people necessarily, but it is something we should be having more discussions about than I think we are.
I think it's discussions that need to happen because technology progressing could also be setting us backwards. Soon it will be actual Dune, and we will have the wars against the machine.
It's beautiful. Like Dune predicted, you know, essentially the future, like that we would have AI and we would have to stop using it because, you know, we'd have issues when they don't have computers in Dune for a reason. Because AI became out of control and they ended up having to go to war for years against the machines, against AI. And that's why they resort to things like Spice and the Spacers Guild with their navigators because they don't trust the computers to do things for them anymore. Yeah. That's totally off topic. No, it's not off topic. Well, it's not. It's actually so on topic. It's not off topic, but I'm sorry if I'm spoiling people who want to read more into Dune. I mean, that's not actually really mentioned in Dune. You have to look into extended Dune stuff to hear about more about the wars against the AI. Yeah, which may be our future. It's when the Terminator goes too far, it turns into Dune. I don't know. It's like I said, there are a million questions, and the next couple decades of human history, I think, are, I mean, not to be too prophetic or serious or deep, but it's, you know, I think it's make it or break it time for the human race here in the coming years or decades. You're kind of, I know I'm going way off, but hey, down here. Let's wrap this up. You're getting me down. These are the things I want to hear what the comments are going to have to say. I want to know what other people think on this topic, because this is a topic I think the world in general needs to discuss, and so I really want our comment section to weigh in. And what do you guys think about the future of AI? What do you think about these cameos that are made up by computers or AI stealing jobs like in Secret Invasion? I mean, it's already taking jobs. I love it. They asked AI, like, what jobs would you be able to erase or take, and it gave it a long list of things that it went, we can do this, we can do this. Yeah, I think they also took my job, so I don't want to think about that too much. That reminded me of South Park. It took my job. All right. Yeah, that's going to be all we got for you this time. I don't know. This was a true ramble, I think, all over the board. So now it's your turn to take to the comments below and tell us what you think about any of this. Tell us what you think about AI taking artistic jobs. Tell us what you think about Skynet taking over the world. Tell us what you think about all of this. I think, again, a discussion should be had, and it can be as simple as on our little silly video here. Either way, take to the comments below. Let's talk some AI, and until next time, thanks for watching.